Hey guys, Rosie here with another Friday on Transcribers FTM, and this week's topic is changes. So I'm going to jump right in because we just made a video and it was too long. This is my partner Jack.
Hi
I'm
again.
living with him right now, and so he's been helping me with my videos. And okay, so I'm going to jump right in. I met Jack after he came out to pretty much everyone but his family. So the first couple questions don't really apply. After he came out to his family, I definitely noticed more, not confidence, but definitely optimism. And after he started on T, that was like, he became so optimistic because he started seeing changes early, and but also he started feeling kind of nervous in certain situations because his voice started cracking very fast. And so he had a lot of questions about how that was going to affect his acting, because he's an actor, how people were going to perceive him who didn't know that he was transitioning, and all of that. So there was some concern about that. So there was actually a certain amount of like social hesitancy that occurred for a little while. But then I think after a month and a half or 2 months, his confidence just like blossomed because like by that time on the phone, he was pretty much passing all the time. So he really enjoyed phones at that point, and he was very vivacious on the phone, and people just assumed he was male. He was much more confident in company. His voice was much lower at that time. His voice dropped very fast. And so he's just, I think become much more confident as a result way more comfortable in general and able to deal with a lot more diverse like social situations.
That's really true.
Yeah. Things that used to kind of make him have a panic attack before he went on T, now he can pretty much just handle in stride. So that's big change. Okay. Jack has not had surgery yet. In 6 sleeps, as our friend put it, 6 days, he will have top surgery. So we'll get back to you after that, I guess next Friday, on what changes happened. He's going to be so drugged up.
I'm sure there won't be much changes.
Can't really tell you.
That I don't know what it's like to be on painkillers.
Yeah.
That'll be a change for me.
Throughout the process, I was excited about seeing the changes I was excited about seeing how Jack was going to change as a result of seeing what he wanted to see. That's kind of convoluted, but like, I was excited for him, pretty much. I didn't have many expectations of what his transition was going to bring, because I had never intimately known anyone going through transition before, so I didn't have a lot of expectations. But in the end, I think I was just really excited about the fact that his body was going to match what he knew his identity was. And so, yeah. I was, however, really nervous. And so was Jack for a time. We both went sort of through a crisis time. About personality changes, Jack has been known to be aggressive in the past, and he's dealt with some anger stuff. I hope you don't mind me saying that. And, but he's dealt with it really well, and at the time when he started taking T, he was doing really well, but...
Many years of therapy.
Many years of therapy. But, we still both had concerns. I tried to mask them because Jack was really panicked about it, and to a certain extent, I was like, but Jack is this wonderful person, and he's not going to become a different person. So, I had these rationalizations that actually were very comforting to me, but I still did have concerns about that. What further changes do we anticipate?
Very hairy chest.
Yeah, I think he'll have a hairy chest, but he's having surgery, so we'll see.
More hair.
He's hairy. and he's going to become hairier. I think it's cute.
Yep.
So I think you're cute.
Just not necessary. I don't know, what else are we anticipating? I don't think anything else. I mean, anticipating wearing a white t-shirt after surgery without anything else.
Yeah, I mean, changes will continue. He'll get hairier, his body fat will continue to slough off most likely, which it's been doing.
Muscles.
Pretty rapidly. Yes, more muscles.
That's how you pronounce it.
You're shaking the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
And,
let's do the other question, because it's awesome.
Okay, so the last question is, what changes have occurred in the following areas specifically? So we'll start with communication. Kind of covered that already, I think.
Did we?
Well, just that Jack's become so much more comfortable with people, so he's really started to be able to much more candidly communicate with people and be more open about how he's feeling and what he's experiencing, because he doesn't...
Just being able to talk to you more.
Yeah, and he's... Well, I mean... Yeah.
Is that intimacy? Or is intimacy sex?
I don't know. I mean, it sort of goes together, like... But who knows if that had to do with tea, because when I met you, it was still pretty early on, and then you went on tea within...
It had to do with tea.
2 months. Yeah, anyways, he and I have awesome communication, and he communicates with me really well. So, yeah, I think that he's become much more able to express himself without having to juggle all these weird identity things. Intimacy, changes in intimacy. We have a lot of sex. And it's true.
You can talk about this one.
Yeah, Jack wants a lot of sex. I have no problem with that, usually. And, yeah, I mean, he's always been avid in bed, but now he's very enthusiastic. Whenever, however often.
But, I mean, changes in terms of, like, what I was comfortable with.
Yeah, absolutely. Jack was not particularly comfortable with his female genitalia before.
It's definitely the most scientific way you could say it.
He went on tea, things started changing, we became more comfortable with each other, and at this point, there really aren't any no-go zones. There might be one or two no-go positions, but,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just because that, for him, they're sort of female-ish, and it doesn't feel...
I can't be anything like a woman, or feminine in any way.
It just doesn't feel sexy, or whatever. But for the most part, there's no no-go zones for him. Funny enough.
For you.
And, so, yeah, that's definitely opened up. Work habits?
A pun. Anyway, work habits probably haven't changed. I still work just as hard as I used to.
Yeah, he has a great work ethic, but that hasn't changed. Sleep habits?
I mean, I've had trouble sleeping forever, so I don't think that really... Yeah. It got worse, but, I mean, that could have been a myriad of things, so I don't know if that counts. Right. Eating habits. Quickly, we could talk about the last couple ones.
He eats all the time. And, he's hungry an hour after he professes to having eaten an elephant.
I'm hungry right now.
Well, you can go get food. We have a minute left, but... So, he's hungry all the time. He craves... Well, in the beginning, he craved fast food 24/7.
I still do, but I don't eat it.
He still does, but he doesn't eat it. So he craves, like, really bad food, but he eats really good food, so
all I want is animal grease and salt.
That's disgusting.
And I don't really like sweet stuff as much anymore.
Yeah. But,
in fact, really at all, compared to how I used to.
But he's also started eating, like, a lot of protein and stuff because he wants to bulk up, which has been happening.
Because that's been a huge problem for me.
Not at all. Social habits, kind of talked about this, just...
Yeah, I think that's that.
Yeah, I think that's that. So, we're at 10 minutes.
Oh, whatever, okay.
Yeah?
No, nothing.
Okay. We're at 10 minutes, and I'll sign off, and I'll see you guys all next Friday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.